Today I'm going to be giving you the ultimate guide to serving with updated rules from the 2024 USAP Rule Book. I have it right here on my phone, so we're going to run it through and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about serving for 2024 pickleball. Let's go. All right, first rule, the score must be called before the serve is taking place. So you can't call it when you are serving. If it's rec play, someone does that, that's fine. But if you're talking about official tournament rules, you must call it before you serve. Number two, the ball must go cross court and it is allowed to touch any line in that cross court except for the non-volley zone line. That one, if you hit, it is short and that is a fault. All right, number three, if the serve crosses the net and it hits the opponent there, that is still your point. You are not allowed to touch the ball if you are not the receiver. This is otherwise known as the Nasty Nelson, if you're curious on where it came from. There used to be this hot shot player who would do this to players in tennis, or not tennis, in pickleball, and they called it Nasty Nelson because it was his point, but kind of a jerk move. All right, number four, this one is a big one because this one talks about at the moment the ball is served. A lot of people get confused on this area here, so I'm going to do a little bit of a demonstration. The moment the ball is served is specifically the contact point. As soon as your ball touches that paddle on your serve, that is the moment of serve. Now let's look into some of the subsections of this part. The moment the ball is served, at least 1 foot must be on the playing surface behind the baseline. Basically meaning I can't be serving in here at the moment of contact. The second part to that is neither of the server's feet may touch the court on or inside the baseline. So what that means is on the moment of contact, I can't be having a foot on the court surface here. I must be behind the baseline at the moment of contact. And on that note, I am also not allowed to be standing past this imaginary extension of the midsection or the outside of the line. So I am not allowed to be standing all the way over here while serving. This would be an illegal serve if I made contact here. Illegal. Illegal. I am crossing the imaginary line. And of course, illegal. One of my feet is inside at the moment of contact. Okay, so here's where a lot of players get confused. If I do this, was that a legal serve? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. At the moment of contact, I hit here and then I stepped in. That is a legal serve. You are allowed to step into the court after the moment of contact of the ball. So let's replay that one more time. If I do this, that is fine. All right, rule number 5. This one is a doozy because this starts talking about spin. And so many people have so many confusions about spin. So let me break it down for you. The serve shall be made with only one hand releasing the ball.
While some natural rotation of the ball is expected during the release of the ball, the server cannot impart, manipulate, or spin the ball with any part of the body immediately prior to the serve.
Okay, so that little note was actually because about a year ago, some players got really good at spinning the ball in their hand while they were serving, and that spin carried over when they served. So that was called, originally it was called a Zane saw by Zane Navratil. He was phenomenal at that. Morgan Evans did that serve. But guys, if you're here, 2024, don't worry about that. That is not a legal serve anymore. So if you see someone doing that, spinning the ball sneakily before they serve, like this or something, that would be an illegal serve. Now, to address spin on serves, you are absolutely allowed to spin the ball on a serve with your paddle. So if I'm serving and I want to add some side spin, I can do that. I am allowed to add spin with my paddle to the ball. Totally fine. Guys, top spin, slices, those are all natural strokes that you can have. For example, if I want to hit a lot of top spin, yeah, I'm allowed to do that. That is legal. What I'm not allowed to do is this. Okay, let's see if I still remember how to do this. Spin, serve. All right, rule number 6. This one is more specifically for tournament play, but I'll read it anyways. In officiated matches, the server's release of the ball must be visible to the referee and receiver. I guess this could be relevant for recreational play, is if you see someone doing this, they're hiding the ball and then they're serving. That would not be legal in both tournament and recreational level play because the receiver can't see the ball of my release. All right, rule number 7. This one is also a big one because now I'm getting into how I am allowed to hit the ball. Whether we're able to hit like this or like this, can we hit like this? This is the part where it describes that rule. Volley serve. This is if I'm tossing the ball and I'm hitting it out of the air. The volley serve is made by striking the ball without bouncing the ball off the playing surface and can be made with either a forehand or backhand motion. A proper volley serve includes the following elements. The server's arm must be moving in an upward arc at the time the ball is struck with the paddle. That is a big key. A lot of people get confused on this part because if someone is doing a slice serve is when you cut under the ball like this. At the first movement, it looks like you're moving downwards, but the ball needs to go up to go over the net. So at some point, you actually need to move up. And at the moment of contact, that motion needs to go upwards. So let me break this down. I am not allowed to do this. At the moment of contact, that paddle motion was going downwards. One more time. Okay, that is not allowed because when I touched the ball with my paddle, I was hitting downwards. This is really tricky because sometimes people who have slice serves, it looks like they're moving down, but the nature of the slice, you actually have to curve up in order to get that ball over. Hey guys, I was editing this video and I thought I'd explain this part a bit more. I posted this video of my friend on Instagram serving yesterday. She has this super cool spinny slice serve and the comment section went absolutely crazy over it, saying that it was an illegal serve. I thought I'd super slow-mo it down and explain why it is a legal serve according to the rule book. At first glance, it looks like she's hitting down on the ball, but if you watch what happens at the moment of contact, you'll notice that her paddle is actually moving in an upward arc. Let's watch that part again, because some people were saying that it was illegal because her paddle tip was above her wrist. We'll go over that rule in just a second. But if you watch what happens at the moment of contact, her paddle head is below her wrist, making this serve a perfectly legal serve. This footage is slowed down to 1/10 of the speed. In real life, this is all happening in a blink of an eye. So I can definitely understand why some people are so skeptical of this serve at first glance. It's hard to see from all the way back there, and it's hard to see whether that was legal, if it was going up or down. It's hard to see from back there. I get it. So here's my recommendation for you. If you're playing in a recreational game in public courts, open play, and you see someone doing that, don't call them out on it unless it's like blatantly obvious. If it's kind of like gray area, it's rec play, you guys. Just let them have fun. It's fine. If you're in a tournament and it's really bothering you, you could go grab a ref, that's fine too. But I'll just tell you this, even at the top pro level plays, they don't really call illegal serves. I mean, you look at Tyson, De Villiers maybe, or Dekel Bar, they have some powerful serves that are borderline, and even those refs with cameras aren't calling it very often. So the moral of the story is if you're playing rec, if someone's kind of tinkering with that borderline, I probably would never be that guy to be like, you need to leave. All right, moving on. So this next part is also kind of tricky. Here's what it says. The highest point of the paddle head must not be above the highest part of the wrist, where the wrist joint bends, when the paddle strikes the ball. So here's what that's talking about. When I'm serving, the highest part of my paddle head here cannot be higher than my wrist right here at the moment of contact. Again, that's the key part where I think a lot of people forget about. I can serve like this. That's fine because at the moment of contact, I'll slow-mo that down for you. At the moment of contact, my paddle head dipped below my wrist again. Tyson's famous service, he goes like this, right? His paddle head is way above. but at the moment of contact, he dips down and he gets topspin on that. So that is completely legal. Where it could be a little bit tricky to see is if you're really flirting around that edge here and you're kind of hitting like here, then it's kind of hard to see. And that's where Tyson is kind of controversial in his serve, because he's moving so fast, the refs can't really call him because he's just like, you know, he's just bolting those out there and you can't really see the exact moment of contact. But the theory is if you're hitting a ball upwards, at some point your paddle needs to dip in order to create that upwards arc. All right, this next one is also a big one. A lot of people get confused about this. The contact with the ball must not be made above the waist. Okay, this one's kind of funny because it doesn't really define what the waist is. Like my waist might be here, my friend's waist might be here. So what exactly is the waist? Now the waist by definition is defined at the navel. So you could think about the waist as the belly button. Now, unless you're playing shirtless and you have a giant belly button that everyone can see, it's really hard to see where that line is, right? Serving here, there, that was kind of near my belly button, right? I don't know, where's my belly button? Can you guys see? I don't know, I'll show you that. So my recommendation for you guys is if someone is hitting near that waistline there, as long as it's close enough around here, it's probably fine. I swear to God, Tyson, he serves maybe up here and he doesn't get called. A lot of people get angry about that, but if it's somewhere here, it's gonna be fine. It's not even that good, to be honest, to be hitting right here. And let me explain why. If I wanna hit a good deep serve and I'm hitting up here, it's awkward. It is so awkward to hit all the way up here. It's not even that good, so why even call them for it, right? Here's a quick serving tip for you. If you wanna hit better serves, feed the ball low, hit low here, and then you can rip upwards with crazy amounts of topspin. All right, I know you guys are probably tired, but I have one last big rule for you guys, and that is the drop serve. The drop serve is made by striking the ball after it bounces on the playing surface and can be made with either a forehand or a backhand. There's no restriction on how many times the ball can bounce, nor where the ball can bounce on the playing surface. A proper drop serve includes the following elements. So it is saying I can do this. That would be a legal serve. It is super weird looking and insanely not practical, but if we're just talking about the rule book, that is allowed. You are also allowed to drop it inside the court. The drop serve basically has a lot of forgiveness to how you can hit this ball, where you hit this ball, as long as you drop the ball. Let's get into the next bit. The server must release the ball from one hand only or drop it off the paddle face from any natural unaided height. When releasing the ball shall not be propelled in any direction or manner prior to striking the ball to making the serve. The drop serve is how it sounds like. It is a drop serve and not a shove it to the ground and hit it serve. Okay, so when you're doing the drop serve, you can't propel it downwards. The reason is when the drop serve is hit, you can basically hit this ball however you like. Meaning, you technically can hit an overhead on a drop serve. This would be a legal serve if I could get this in. That is a legal serve because the drop serve removes all the other stuff that you can't do on a volley serve. The restrictions on the volley serve in Rule 4A7 do not apply to the drop serve. So that was basically what I demonstrated, is if you do the drop serve, whatever those restrictions were for the volley serve, go out the window and you can do whatever you like. So in summary guys, if you're stressing about all these rules and you just want a safe, easy serve to do, drop serve is probably going to be the easiest one, where you just let the ball drop in front of you, hit in an upward motion, and get it in the court and start playing pickleball. But if you're competitive, I recommend the volley serve, as you can be a bit more aggressive with that ball and you could get more topspin, something like that. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. If you aren't already, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.